Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the British Esports podcast here at Insomnia. We are joined, or I say we are joined, it's just me now. I am joined by our next lovely guest. Would you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about what it is that you do?
Yeah, I'm Bekzxx and I am a cosplay content creator.
Lovely. So tell us a bit about how your journey in cosplay started then. How did you get started with cosplay? Where did it start?
Oh wow, I started 15 years ago in cosplay. I went to my first MCM London Expo and honestly felt out of place not cosplaying, being a normie. And I thought, you know what, next year I'm going to go. So I ripped up my mum's pillowcase and decided to make a Jill Valentine cosplay that was absolutely trash, but was my first ever cosplay and I absolutely loved it.
Nice. And with that then, where did like gaming and esports coming in as well? Was that earlier than cosplay or later than cosplay?
A lot of it was earlier than cosplay.
Yeah.
So growing up, I was a huge fighting game fan. I used to steal my father's Xbox all the time. And then I actually competed in one of the Dead or Alive 4 tournaments in 2006.
Gosh, it seems like so long ago now, like
it
2006.
Just seems so long ago.
That should not be so long ago, but that's dreadful. Yeah.
But that was my first esports experience because I competed pro and then I got UK females top title. So I was actually really impressed with myself. After that was just complete and utter flop.
Yeah, fair enough. Can't win them all, I guess, yeah.
But ever since then, I mean, I love video games. I've grown up on video games ever since first Pokemon games and stuff like that. So
yeah. So what is it that drew you towards playing professionally then? Was there something about professional play that enticed you, or was it the game in particular that you really enjoyed?
I got told by a lot of people that I was really, really good with a fight stick, and I
Nice.
thought, okay, fair enough.
So are you your fight stick over like game pads?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, it depends on the game. I trained on a pad and then I moved over to fight stick.
Yeah.
Primarily for more Street Fighter and King of Fighters that I use a fight stick. And then Dead or Alive, I did do a pad.
Okay. And so then you've said that obviously after you competed, it didn't go so well. Was that the reason that you just stopped competing, or was there a different reason that you stopped competing kind of altogether?
I guess because the cosplay scene took over a little bit
Okay,
more
yeah.
of my life that I just didn't have time to do both. So that's
That was the
way
preference
it
then,
went,
yeah. What was it that made it the preference then over? Was it just, did you just find it more enjoyable than competing? Was that all it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like attention.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Fair enough. So with events like Insomnia or any events that you attend as a cosplayer, I imagine a lot of preparation has to be done. Obviously, there's the costume, but then there's any content that you want to get while you're here and things like that.
Oh, gosh,
what
yeah.
goes into preparing for a cosplay or like just attending an event?
Copious of hours of scrolling through TikTok and saving sounds
Nice.
is the first thing. And then I have a diary where I plan out certain things throughout the day. I never get to go through the diary or is ever on track. So yeah, I'm lucky I'm here.
Nice. In one piece, yeah. So you've done well. You've
Yes.
made it to this room. You're all in good. So you
Yeah.
must be doing pretty well this weekend already. For those people out there then who are watching and are quite interested in getting started in cosplay or streaming or whatever it might be, what kind of advice would you give to those people who are wanting to get started? Where would you direct them to? Are there any useful like tips that you'd give about creating cosplay, like budgeting, like anything like that? Do you have any advice to be able to give to people starting out?
I think primarily it's just if you want to give it a go, give it a go.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people are scared because sometimes there is certain parts of cosplay that are elite. You see people that have masses upon masses of big builds and it does frighten people. But even just buying a cosplay, going to a convention, I've met some of the most brilliant people through just going through conventions that I can call friends. And yeah, that's one of my primary sort of things that I would say to just jump in straight away.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think as we've spoken to a lot of people of the cost this weekend with the cosplay especially in mind, it's quite nice to see that, yeah, it's very much community oriented and it's all about going with like a group of friends or meeting new people who share similar interests, similar cosplays.
100%.
It seems, very tight-knit in that sense.
Yeah.
It's quite nice to anyone out there who wants to join in. Clearly, it's very welcoming, would you say? Yeah.
Yes, definitely. 100%.
So at British Esports, a lot of what we do is we talk about inclusion and diversity. That's one of the bigger topics that we like to cover. As a woman in the space, do you face much toxicity? I imagine there's probably an obvious answer there, potentially.
It's one of them things that you have to take with a pinch of salt. I know that I get a lot of hate online. I ignore it completely. A lot of people can't, and I get that. It gets on top of people. It's one of them things that if I want to do something, I will go out and do it. I've got pretty thick-skinned in terms of when it comes to hate.
Yeah, has that just come over time with having to deal with it? It has just come
over time, yeah. I mean, with cosplay side of it, I used to live in London, so in the centre of London, I would just wear a cosplay, but I'd have to get a bus or a train to the nearest convention. The amount of stairs that you get as you walk through.
I can imagine, yeah.
But yeah, it's just got, over time, it's just got better.
Yeah.
And again, being a woman in the space, it's tricky. It is very tricky because you get, I don't know how PG I can be with this streamcast.
Sorry,
this podcast. Streamcast.
Yeah, that's fine.
With women, you get your assets, and then people are like, it's easier because you have your assets. It's not. It's more difficult to deal with the type of comments that we get online.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, maybe it might make it a little bit easier, but I honestly don't think it does.
I think people underestimate that. Like, it's the same thing when you talk to people about like female streamers. They always say, "Oh, it's much easier because everyone just wants to look at women online and stuff." It's like, but I think people underestimate the amount of like time and effort that people actually like put into like putting these things together.
Of course,
and doing
yeah.
stuff. That is not the one qualifying reason that they're good at what they do.
No,
like,
exactly.
It shouldn't be boiled down to just that, because that totally takes away from all the time and effort that someone like yourself had put into like a cosplay, for example. To say it was just that is like really, I think, like insulting in a lot of ways. Yeah,
definitely. I've made a habit now when I stream in my PJs.
Yeah,
I put no effort into it, but people still show up. If I'm going to be comfy, then everyone at home should be comfy too. So
that is the way to live.
Exactly.
I like that. So you spoke a bit about like dealing with that, then that the confrontation and the negative comments that you get, and you said you just kind of just take it on the chin. You kind of just have to ignore it. Would you say that's just the best advice, or is there anything that you did to combat it in a more kind of direct way that you could offer potential advice to people who are maybe dealing with the same thing?
I mean, I would definitely talk about it. If there is something that is affecting you and you have a good bunch of friends or a support community behind you, it's definitely worth sort of sharing and speaking about it, because it's difficult to take that amount of sort of hate and negativity on board onto your shoulders, because it does get to you, and it is effective with mental health. It's just, in my stance, I've been given the tools to be able to deal with this sort of side of it, and train myself to not have to deal with it. But with others starting out, it might be just worth having that support. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I think don't ever underestimate the power of speaking to your friends, your family, whoever it might be. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's a really key piece of advice. Speaking then on the kind of more broader sense of esports and the gaming kind of environment, why do you think then it's so important, I guess, speaking as a cosplayer and a streamer, why do you think it's so important to have avenues for diversity and inclusion within the gaming and esports space?
I think it's important that everyone just gets involved. It shouldn't be shut off to one particular race or disability or anything like that. Everyone should be able to just be themselves, be happy at a convention, be able to meet people, have deals, have sponsorships, be able to give the same opportunities as someone that is completely able. I don't get this world where it's so locked down into a niche as to where only one particular person should get something over someone else.
Yeah.
I'm all for including absolutely everyone.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be, absolutely.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, as good as I think I am, I know I'm like not going to be able to do everything. There's so many talented people who can do things like miles better than like I could ever dream of doing. So to exclude people just because of like the race, the color, the gender, whatever it might be, is like, I think people miss out on like what the world could be like if everyone just wanted to work together and just be nice to each other. Wouldn't that be like fantastic?
Well, exactly. Yeah. I mean, in terms of esports as well, if you've got a team of people, then you're going to work against each other's strengths and weaknesses. You're not going to want someone that's all in, all out, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just going to burn them out. So why just exclude everyone else that could potentially just make something even more better? Exactly.
Okay, moving on. I've got a little game for you that we've prepared for all our guests this weekend. How would you rate your charades skills?
I am terrible at charades.
Perfect. That is just what we're looking for.
That's great.
So, what we have for you, are 30 game titles, a mix of esports titles, general games, whatever it might be. I'm going to put a minute timer on my phone here.
Got a countdown as well.
We have.
No
in 1
pressure.
minute, you're going to have to try and act them out, and I'm going to have to try and guess what it is that you're acting out. So, obviously, actions, do as many actions as you want. You're allowed one word to say out loud if you really want to as well, to add to the clue. It can't be a game part of the game title, and it can't be a character either.
Okay.
But it could be like, if it was Fortnite, you might say like, oh, building, and that might help generate like a clue then. You're also allowed, we've seen a lot of people over this course this weekend just start like humming songs or noises. So I guess that's allowed as well. So if there's a particular song that comes to mind when you think of whatever game it might be, then feel free to start humming, and maybe I'll pick up on what it is based on that. So that's what we're going to try. Currently, in a minute, the record is 5. So 5 out of 30. So
that doesn't seem so bad.
Yeah, everyone seems to be equally terrible at this. So sorry to everyone, obviously, who's competed, but yeah, let's be real. It's not been great. And to be fair, that's probably a lot on us and our terrible guessing skills. So I apologise also for calling everyone bad. Okay. Are you ready? Or as ready as you can potentially ever be? Yeah.
As ready as we're going to be.
Perfect. Right. Let me give these a quick shuffle. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, start. Okay. Number 1. Okay. Minecraft.
Yes.
Yes. Brilliant. It's 1 down.
Oh my gosh.
Red Dead Redemption? No. A little.
Ahar.
Oh, Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
Ah, brilliant. Nice. Next. Oh, Overwatch.
Yeah.
Nice. Fighting. Street Fighter?
Yes.
Yes. Hey, look at this. I feel like we're flying through these. Right, next.
Poo.
You are allowed 1 skip, by the way, if that helps at all.
The plumbers.
Mario? Super Mario? Super Smash Brothers?
Yes.
Next. It's not Portal, is it? Portal 2? Yes. Brilliant. Oh, time. That was brilliant. That was actually fantastic. Oh,
I was
Fortnite,
about to floss for
Brilliant.
you. You missed that.
Oh, timer has let us down there. Right, I'm almost certain this is a new record. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are the current new British Esports Podcast Charades world record holder. Wow, right. Well, fantastic. Okay, to wind us down after that very exciting minute, I've got a couple of quick fire questions for you if you wouldn't mind answering. So, name 3 things that are essential to bring to an esports or a gaming event like Insomnia.
Fun.
Yep.
Fun. Wow, you have put me on the spot here.
I'm so sorry.
Teamwork. And a great atmosphere.
Nice. I like it. What's your most anticipated game release for this year? What are you most looking forward to?
Street Fighter 6.
Well, really? Actually,
Yes.
yeah. I've not met a lot of people who are super excited for Street Fighter 6, but it looks great.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 is just that, and possibly Tekken as well.
Oh, yeah. The new tech, all the new characters in that look fantastic. If you could compete in any esports event, what would you choose?
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, nice, yeah.
I'm going down that route slowly.
Perfect. And if you could attend any esports event, would the answer be different, or would you do something Street Fighter related?
Do you know what? I would love to attend an Overwatch.
Okay,
esports. I love Overwatch, as you can quite clearly see.
It seems so, yes.
I'm known for cosplaying Diva a lot, so but I'd love to just attend as a cosplayer in that scene.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. And final question. What's a game that you didn't think you'd like, but actually really did when you started playing it?
Fortnite.
Oh, Fortnite. See, I'm exactly the same. For ages, I was like, listen, I can't play Fortnite because it's for little kids who would...
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
That's it.
genuinely, I love it. Like,
Season
it's so
is
good,
amazing,
actually.
though.
Yeah. Or I'm fully on when Eren Yeager, like, and all the Attack on Titan skins are out. You better believe I'm going to be grinding away when that
They've
comes out.
hooked us in with all the anime skins.
Yeah, they've got me. They've got me good. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure. Where can people find you if they want to find you on social media and things?
My name is Bekzxx, so it's Bekzxx. That's pretty much all on social media. So Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and taking the time to come speak to us. Thank you everyone at home for tuning in. If you enjoyed this British Esports podcast at Insomnia, there's plenty more podcasts to go check out. Make sure you tune into them. If you like British Esports content in general and haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Follow us all our social media channels. You can probably find them in the description just down below. And we'll see you next time. Take care.